Hey everybody, thank y'all so much for letting me come here today. I'm so excited to be here. My name's Kylee Elkins. I work with Methodist foster care. So I work as a recruiter for the Southeast region. So what I do is I go out from Baton Rouge to New Orleans. I go everywhere to find foster parents. I certify them. Well, I train them, and then I certify them. So I'm with the person from when they decide they want to be foster parents till they become foster parents. And it is a great job. It is very rewarding, and I love what I do. But I'm here to talk to you about what we do. So Methodist foster care is one branch of the United Methodist Children and Family Services. A lot of you might know of the children's homes. We have 3 children's homes throughout the state, and that's one branch of the Children and Family Services. And then Methodist foster care is kind of a different branch. So our children's home, they provide care for our kids in their facilities. If whatever they need, they help them out. For Methodist foster care, on the other hand, we are a therapeutic foster care agency, so we provide quality therapeutic foster homes for children in state foster care that have high needs to be able to live in a home setting. We have a good presence in the state. We have 108 therapeutic foster homes statewide. We have about 22 in the Southeast region, and we currently serve around 150 kids. We do want to grow, but we do have a lot going on here. So as a therapeutic foster care agency, we are responsible for providing therapeutic foster homes for children that need more time and patience to be able to stay in a home setting. So we take in kids that are in foster care that have behavioral issues, medically fragile kids, developmental issues, kids with multiple placement failures, children that are part of the LGBTQIA+ community, teenagers that are close to aging out, and things of this nature that can make it harder for them to find a suitable foster home. So, like the children's homes, our mission is to guide children and families home to experience God's love by following the teachings of Christ. So we believe that no matter the challenge, every single child deserves to have a place to call home and experience this love. And we work very hard to make this happen. We do offer extensive training and support to our therapeutic foster parents to make sure that they are able to properly care for the children that we serve. We provide a higher level of support to help them and the kids in their care thrive. So before I became a recruiter, I worked as a child placement worker. What we do is we go into the home once a week to help the foster parent out, help the child out, and our job is just to make that placement work. So it's a really interesting level of support that's unique to Methodist foster care, to have someone that's coming in once a week to help you. So you're not alone in trying to take care for this child with high needs. A lot of our foster parents really appreciate having that support. So through my experience, I've gotten to see firsthand how much a child is able to grow whenever they are in a home that is truly able to work with their needs and meet them where they are. From working as a child placement worker, I've also learned how strong and resilient these kids are. Many people make negative assumptions about kids in foster care. They say they are trouble and they just leave it at that. In reality, these kids have been through things that no person should ever have to go through. And here they are, just trying to be kids and find a place that loves them and a place to call home. These kids, they don't really want to be pitied for what they've been through. They just want someone to love them. They just want a place to call home. So as a recruiter, I work to certify families that can provide them with this love and stability. So as a state, the need for more foster parents is great. We have more kids coming into our care than we have homes, and it is making it much harder to provide them all with this love and stability that they deserve. I do believe that becoming a foster parent is a calling. It's not for everyone. You don't just wake up one morning and decide to be a foster parent. It is a big commitment, and you're going to make a big impact through doing so. But my job is to find people that have that calling and help them answer that calling. So I promise this does kind of tie into what we're talking about here today, but I want to tell you a little bit about myself. So foster care has always been a big part of my life. My late grandmother, Mona, she was a foster parent, and she would tell us all the time growing up that was the best thing she ever did. Because even though she didn't have the kids long term, she showed them what love felt like for that short amount of time that she had them there. And some of her kids, years later, would come back to her and tell her how much of an impact she had on them. Even some of her kids she kept for like 2 weeks, and they would still come and reach out to her because of how much it meant to them. And so my aunts also decided to be foster parents as well. So all of my cousins are adopted through foster care, and I don't know how I would do life without them. So foster care has always been very big in my life. So you would think that that's why I'm here. That's why I joined Methodist foster care, because I always knew about foster care, and that's what I needed to do. But honestly, whenever I was in college, people would ask me, what kind of social worker do you want to be when you grow up? And I said, I'm not too sure, but I definitely don't want to go into foster care. And that That's crazy, right? You'd think I would want to because I knew about it. But that's the thing, I knew about it. I knew it was hard. I knew, I saw what my cousins went through. I saw what my aunts went through. I knew it was going to be challenging, and I didn't think I was up for that. I was like, nope, I don't want to be involved in it. God had other plans for me, as you can see today, as I stand in front of you talking about Methodist foster care. This job found me, and through just trusting that God had a plan for me, I took the leap, and I joined this organization, and honestly, it's the best decision I've ever made in my entire life. I found something I'm passionate about. I found something that I can actually excel in. Oof. So it found me, but I will say I was not wrong. Foster care is hard. I'm not here to deceive you and tell you that it is a walk in the park, because that is not the truth. There's no part about foster care that is easy, yet I could not imagine myself anywhere else. I love what I do because there is beauty in this line of work. It's watching a kid that has had tantrums every single day to the point where he was moved to 5 different placements within 2 to 3 months. 5 placements, 2 to 3 months, because he had tantrums every day and they couldn't handle it. We placed him with one of our foster parents, and now he's gone a year, no tantrums. He loves where he is now, and no one ever thought he would get this far, but look what he's doing now because he was in the home that he needed to be in. We have like medically fragile babies that we're always told that they can't do certain things. They won't be able to do these certain things. We place them in a home that's able to care for their needs, and we watch them thrive. They do things the doctors told them they would never be able to do. It's a beautiful thing is helping their teenagers get her license and getting that excited phone call from her in the middle of the day because she got her license. And although I knew she could do it, she didn't have confidence in herself. But there's a beauty in hearing about how she accomplished this. Or throwing a child their very first birthday party because they've never had one before. And watching how happy they get to open their presents and just be surrounded by people who love them. It's teaching a child what Christmas is. They've never celebrated Christmas before. You get to go and help them set up a tree and watch their face light up when you plug in that tree for the first time and they see a Christmas tree for the first time. So you can see all these great things can come through foster care, from having a good home to be in. So it's not easy, no, but is it worth it? I mean, absolutely. So these kids need healthy attachments. They have experienced high levels of trauma and need to be in a supportive setting in order to heal. They need someone to show them unconditional love and be willing to meet them where they are. They need the things that many of us received in our childhood and we took for granted. As I have said, becoming a foster parent is a calling. It's not something that you wake up in the morning and do. If you do feel in your heart that this is a calling, but you're pushing away from it because it is too hard, I ask you to come and talk to me today, because you will surprise yourself like I surprised myself. So we need homes for so many different types of kids. So we have many, many teenagers needing homes, as many people are scared to take in teenagers. 20% of the kids in foster care are teens. They have their challenges, but every age group does have their challenges. For many of these teens, this is their last chance to find a home before they age out and become adults. 1 in 5 teenagers in foster care will end up homeless because they didn't have anyone that gave them a chance. 1 in 4 will be involved in the criminal justice system within 2 years of aging out of foster care. As you can see, these final years before they turn 18 are very crucial for them, and a lot of them are just struggling to find a place. We have children that identify as LGBTQIA+ looking for homes. These kids are 2.5 times more likely to enter foster care compared to their peers. At times, these children are placed in foster care because their parents are unable to care for them, or they don't know how to help them, so they will turn to foster care. They also experience a high level of placement failures due to foster parents not being able to accept them for who they are and meet their needs. And they're less likely to be adopted or be reunified with their own families. So we need people who are willing to take in these kids. We have medically fragile kids and kids with different types of disabilities. We have kids that have autism, ADHD, mood disorders, things of this nature. We have medically fragile kids that can have feeding tubes, trachs, things of this nature as well. And some that are in wheelchairs and have mobility issues. A lot of parents that are in the medical field, like nurses and CNAs, do a great job as foster parents for these kids. We take in kids that other people are fearful of taking in, and we show them God's love by the way in which we care for them. Many of our foster parents are teachers, paraprofessionals, daycare workers, mental health professionals, nurses, and other types of careers that involve working with kids or vulnerable populations. If you do feel as though you want to help us care for any of these kids, or maybe you know someone that might want to, please come talk to me after this service. I would love to talk to you. Even if you have questions about foster care, I'd love to answer. I'm not a pusher. If you are afraid to come talk to me because you're afraid I'll try to recruit you, I won't do that. I just want to talk to you because there's a lot of questions, a lot of things that people don't understand about foster care that I would love to clarify. If being a foster parent is not calling for you, I ask you to pray for these foster parents and these kids because they need it. And if you know someone that's a foster parent, offer them support. It's a hard job. It's a hard thing to do. If cooking them a meal, just being there, being a support for them is important. They need a community behind them to help raise these children. So, yeah, if anyone has any questions or you want to talk to me, please feel free. But thank you so much for giving me your time and attention today. And I hope you all learned about this important service in the United Methodist and Children and Family Services. Thank y'all.